Okay, so if you've ever planned an event, you know that checklist. It feels like it's a mile long. But what if the most important item isn't even on your list? What if it's the very thing that decides whether some of your guests can even get in the door? Well, today we are building the ultimate playbook for event accessibility to make sure your event is truly, and I mean truly, open to everyone. So let's just get right into it. You've booked the perfect venue, you've got amazing speakers lined up, maybe you've even ordered the good snacks. But are you actually ready for every single guest? And this isn't just about logistics, It's about inclusion. And this little explainer here is going to be your guide to confidently saying, yes, we absolutely are.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to establish who's in charge. Spoiler alert, it's you. Then we'll dive into your pre-event playbook. After that, we'll cover how to handle guest needs when they come up. We'll also run through a must-have day of checklist, and then finally, we'll talk about the mindset that really ties this all together.
All right, first things first. Before we get into any of the nitty-gritty checklists or rules, we need to lock down the most important principle of all. When it comes to your event's accessibility, you're the one in the driver's seat. It all starts and ends with you.
Now, the official term you'll hear is event sponsor. That might sound a little formal, but it's really simple. If you're the person or the department that's planning, funding, or running the event, then you're the one who's ultimately responsible for making it accessible. It's not some extra thing to think about. It's a core part of the job itself.
So, knowing that the responsibility is yours, where do you even start? Well, the secret is to be proactive. The most important work happens long before your first guest even arrives. So let's open up that pre-event playbook.
Your playbook has 3 plays that are totally non-negotiable. First, your location. You've got to choose a space that is accessible right from the get-go. Second, communication. You need to put an accommodation statement in absolutely all of your materials, every email, every flyer. And third, you need to have a clear day of contact for any accessibility questions or needs.
And here's the best part. You don't have to make this stuff up. This right here is the exact language to use. This approved statement is your tool. It's clear, it's polite, and it opens the door for guests to tell you what they need, which is exactly what you want.
And this might seem obvious, but it's so important. That beautiful statement we just talked about is completely useless without a real name, a real email, or a real phone number attached to it. It's simple. If a guest can't reach you, they can't ask for what they need. You have to make it easy for them. Okay, so you've done all the prep work. The invitations have gone out with your perfect accessibility statement, and now the requests start coming in. So what's the plan for responding?
I want you to burn this number into your brain, 7. The general rule of thumb is that guests should try to make requests at least 7 business days beforehand. Why? Because that gives you, the host, enough time to actually coordinate everything they need without a last-minute scramble.
And the process is a really straightforward 3-step. First, you get the request. Second, and this is super important for good service, you confirm that you got it within 2 business days. That little step tells the guest, I've heard you, and I'm on it. And finally, you get to work, making it happen.
But, life happens. You're definitely going to get requests inside that 7-day window. So what do you do then? The policy is simple. You make a good faith effort. That means you do everything you reasonably can to help. But you can't guarantee it'll be possible, and it's important that everyone understands that. Okay, this table is a fantastic little cheat sheet. It clearly lays out what's on your plate versus what you'll need to coordinate with the Office of Disability Services, or ODS. Take a look at the left column. Things like accessible seating, sign language interpreters, and making sure handouts are accessible, that's all on you, the event sponsor. For other things, like getting materials in Braille, that's when you'll team up with ODS to get it done. And a quick but really vital point about service animals, here it is. They are permitted, period. This isn't something the event host gets to decide. It's a matter of university policy and the law. So you need to know the rule and make sure your whole team knows it too. All right, we've done the prep, we've handled the requests. Now it's the big day. It's showtime. Let's run through that final on-the-ground checklist for the day of your event.
Just before you let people in, it's time for one last walkthrough. And really put yourself in your guest's shoes. Can they actually find their way around with clear signs? Is the accessible seating you reserved still available and not filled with boxes? Check the paths to the entrances and restrooms. Are they completely free of clutter? And take a hard look at your check-in table. Can everyone reach it and use it? Finally, make sure people know who you are, that you're the person they can come to for help.
Whew!
We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? We've gone from the big picture responsibility all the way down to the tiny day of tasks. So let's just zoom out for a second and look at what this all really means.
So let's boil it all down. What are the absolute must-remembers from this whole playbook? 1. You are the sponsor. The buck stops with you. 2. Always include that accommodation statement. 3. Get back to people quickly. 4. Know what you need to provide yourself. And 5. Have a solid day of plan. If you master these 5 things, you are going to be in great shape.
And we'll end with this thought. Ultimately, this whole playbook, it isn't just about following rules or checking off boxes on a list. It's about a shift in how we think. It's about seeing accessibility not as a chore, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to open the door to your event a little wider for everyone. So the only question left is, how will you open yours?